Okay, welcome to the Training Diaries Part 2 from here in Australia. And the last time I spoke, you'll probably remember I was moaning, oh, it was so rubbish over here. Well, things have changed. Yes, they have. And we've had wind, we've had waves, we've had jumps, we've had big crashes. It's been going off. I have tried to make these diaries, but it's been too windy and I've not been back in the house. So I'm back there now and I'm going to make them for you. Since I last spoke to you, like I said, we've had conditions, but a few guys have left, so I'm going to focus on those guys before I sort of forget it, and they've been going out and throwing it down on the water. Freestyle world champion Dieter van der Eyken and Amado Vrieswijk, who's third in the world last year, have been going off. They've been throwing down the jumps, so I'm going to speak about them. Obviously Moritz Mauch was here as well. He stayed on a bit longer, but he's off home now. He's back in GC, and I have to say those three guys are definitely not wind jinxes, because they've all gone to different places. I think Dieter's gone to Morocco, he's got wind. Moritz has gone to Pozo, and it has been absolutely firing over there from all accounts, and Amado's back in Bonaire, and it looks like they've got wind as well, so definitely no wind jinxes. But I have to say, as soon as they left, when they were here as well, the wind did come through. So February has been a superb month, I would say, here in Australia. Wind up north, wind down south, secret spots, we've had everything. So firstly, I'm going to focus on Coronation Beach, because that's where the jumping goes down. It's pretty, you've seen it before, it's a pretty nice wave, flat on the inside, waves on the outside. And we're going to, well, we'll have a little update, because there's been a few guys around, because it's been windy, everyone's been on the water. So we've seen, we've seen a couple of French dudes up there busting out the moves, going for the big backies, and some lazy push loops. We've got the Danish up there, Finn's been up there. He's been throwing down his, trying to get those back loops. I was meant to give him some tips, so I'm going to just put the back loop videos in here, then we'll talk about it after. It'll save me sending them on email. We have Matt, obviously Matt Belgium, but he's a fireman now, lives in Coronation. He's been out there busting out. Obviously the Severn team been flying, just boom boom, back loops going all over the place. We've seen a new sail from Severn, the Severn Eraser. Yeah, it just disappears. People just disappear when they go behind that sail. I'm sure that'll be on the market soon. And we've been, it's been 360-tastic, I should say. Obviously Lange, anyone who knows Lange, he's a pretty mean wave rider. Actually won the Open class in Margaret the other week, but what he's known for in Coronation is coming in and busting out the 360s. But he's had a bit of competition. Yes, he has. The Swedish lady with the helmet on, she's been going for it and making some pretty nice ones. Lange not to be outdone. He has to come in and throw out the old no-handed 360. That is going to catch on around the world. No-handed 360s, you're going to be seeing that at a beach near you soon. Obviously, Jager's been out there. And there's one thing you've got to say about that fella. He just goes massive. You think you go big, and he just goes bigger. Big push loops, caught the sort of side of it, massive back loops. He just goes massive. Seen him throw down a couple of good doubles. The only one I caught, he crashed though, so he's not got them totally dialed just yet. But you know, Jager, he's definitely landed some pretty good ones. We had Hon as well. Hon duck jibe. If you've ever been to Coronation Beach, ever been to Australia, and you've been to Coronation, you will have seen him do a duck jibe. And this is a real badly filmed duck jibe, but he's considering he's done about 100. I can't believe I didn't get a better one, but it's the only one I found on tape. But we've got to put him in there, old Hon, laying it down. What else have we got? There's been there's been double crashes, like I said to you. There's been just backies, pushies from random people. The Dutch dude, Koen, I think how you pronounce his name, busted out of push loops, busted out of forwards. So the Dutchies have been going, taking it to the air. And Mr. Severn himself has been out there. Saw him get a nice tweet busting that out. But rumour has it he might have just broke his hand, or he's done some damage, blown up. He wouldn't quite tell me what he's done. So answers on a postcard. Has he broken his hand? I don't know. Should really ring him. But back to the freestylers. So Freestyle world champion Dieter van der Eyken, he's been trying his hand at wave sailing. I say trying his hand, he's actually doing pretty well. He put in some really good heats on the PoleVault Tour last year, and I think he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with. So he's got, you know, the push loops, got the nice back loops, that nice style where you throw the sail at the top, just drop. He's been trying the one-footed backies with mixed landings, and he's still forwards. So he's got a few moves down, and his wave rides, no doubt about it. He has got a mean wave ride. So, you know, and obviously he's got the freestyle moves with the shackers and stuff like that. So definitely one to watch. But like most of us, me definitely included, the double has been a sticking point, and he has made a few. It's not that he doesn't make it, but we are going out there to improve the doubles. Well, they were going pretty well. I actually saw him stick a few, so we had a bit of a chat, and we're like, yeah, what you got to do? Well, we got to do this, maybe sheet out a little bit, because you don't want to sheet in too early, because, well, more on that in a minute. But so he tried that, and it was going well. I thought, actually, they're looking pretty good. They're going to be pretty tasty. And then he got a bit carried away, trying to get a bit more power, go a bit more endo, catching the mast on the second rotation. Boom, snap mast. Long swimming. I mean, it's quite a long way, so he's swimming in and people are helping him, and when they were helping him, I know Finn, one of the Danish boys, basically has invented a new sport. We're going to call it windsurfing joust. I've thought about this many a time, but seeing him come in the other day with the mast and he was helping Dieter de-rig, I thought, two sailors sailing together, this could be a new sport when we've got no waves on the PoleVault Tour. Any takers, any sponsorship out there? So yeah, Dieter snapped his mast, went back out there, not to be deterred, straight out. Another mast, snapping like twigs. So yeah, he's got to refine that double technique, and he's always, I would say, he's quite a reserved sailor. He's very technical, makes his moves pretty much straight away, but he's already thought them out, and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't seem to just go out there and go crazy. Unlike one man, Amado Vrieswijk, more on him in a second. So Dieter van der Eyken, he did actually hurt his foot while he was over here, pretty nasty. Learned shifties in about a day, just went, I'm going to go and learn shifties. Went, haven't got any video footage of it. And then he was doing the shifty sort of 360 and landed on the front foot and tweaked the bone, and that's slowed him down a bit. But he, like I said, he seems to be okay now. So now we're going to go on to the Hellman. That is Amado Vrieswijk. So we've got a lot of wave sailors out there now. Ricardo Campello, Marsilio Brown, ex-freestyle world championship, are really right up there. Well, world champions. Well, one of them at least in the waves. So freestyle definitely fits into the waves, but you've got to put your time in. Amado Vrieswijk lives in Bonaire, flat water. There is a little wave spot up the road, but he hasn't done much wave sailing. I said to him, you know, would you fancy wave? Well, yeah. He goes, I don't really get that wave ride. Didn't you just go down the wave and do turns? Not into that. So he's into the jumping, obviously, and he's got the standard moves down, no doubt about it. Considering how much jumping practice he's had, pretty handy. He's definitely got a feel for moves, you know, back loops, forwards, all this. He can just kind of feel it. And he invented a few new moves. I'm not saying invented, but he was going, something happened out there. I saw him, quite a funny one. He's the king of the floaty jump. I mean, he has to be the king of the floaty jump. Mr. Rocket Man himself. He loves a rocket air, like a lot of top sailors actually. But I saw him go for this little rocket air, and I thought, oh, just a little rocket air. I don't know why I'm filming it. And then he turns it into a back loop. It's quite a funny, like, U-turn in the air, just goes round. So he's got good feel. I was talking to him about his stall forward, doing some really nice stall forwards. I said, yeah, try and get the nose down a bit. Straight back out. Nose down. It's like scary, like, that looks so. And the back loops, you like want to get the sail across, pull it down, straight back out, whoom. So he learned stuff very quickly. Double forward, I said, how's your doubles? Yeah, landed the first one I tried in Bonaire apparently. So I'm like, okay, come on then, let's go do some doubles. And he was throwing some crazy doubles down. This bloke is scary. He's got that Ricardo Campello kind of Antoine Martin. You want to film him because you just know something's going to happen. So he was throwing down the doubles. The technique wise, every so often he'd pull off a beauty. I have to say, some nice ones, but technique, I'm sure there's something. When you look at Costas, they're just so perfect and controlled, whereas Amado definitely has got this scary bit in the middle where he sheets in a bit early, and there was definitely a few forwards into Vulcan. In fact, he did the biggest Vulcan try I've ever seen, just off a wave. I think he was going for a forward and just ended up turning it into like a big Vulcan. We saw I would say the world's biggest willy skipper. Goes up, back foot at the strap, massive willy skipper. It was intentional. I think the back foot strap broke. What else did we see? We saw this scary move, which actually I've done. I did the other day, and it's like you're going up for a double and you're thinking everything, and as you shoot in, you kind of let go because the power gets you and you're going to go end over, and then you do this crazy one-armed flip. And I saw Amado do one of them the other day, and it's just scary, I have to say, absolutely scary. So he's been working on his jumps, and he's definitely improved a lot. We saw him, what else did we try? He's tried the osmosis, no hands, no feet. Might need a bit of work, but one thing I have to say that doesn't need a bit of work is his freestyle. He has got some hell moves. I mean, I've done a bit of commentary on the freestyle. I'm not the oracle of freestyle because I've seen the boys posting from all over Cape Town stuff, all the new moves, but this boy, he's got such power. He went out the other day, it was quite stormy at Coronation, and he was on 4.8, and it was literally 3.7 weather, or 4.0 at least weather, and he went out and he busted out probably one of the sickest double like air culos I've seen off flat water. Just powers it round, and he's had all the other moves, but like I said, he's the king of the floaty jump. He always sticks in the old rocket air every now and again, but freestyle wise, he is one to watch. Can he be the next world champion? Well, I don't know. Dieter van der Eyken was world champion last year, and I think he has his eyes set on it, but there's going to be a bit of competition from what I've seen next year. So I'd say that rounds it up. Those boys are back home now. We waved goodbye to them the other day. So talking about doubles, talking about crazy moves, Moritz Mauch. Well, it's not someone you associate with jumping, but I said he had this bet with Dieter van der Eyken. He's got to try some doubles before Dieter's gone home. I have to say, I didn't hold much hope. I have to say, I watched him for about a month in Pozo, and he did 3 jumps, and that's not taking the mickey out of Moritz. I get on really well with him, but he literally doesn't particularly like to jump. I think he had a big crash a couple of years ago, but watching him, filming him, some nice back loops. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, look pretty solid. Forwards, absolutely on point, just boom, boom, boom. Have some of that, just little playing in forwards, looks so controlled, and I thought, well, you know, he's got that much control in his forwards, why not? So we're egging him on a bit, get the video camera out, come on, and I'm following him thinking here comes another forward, but there he goes, launches into a double. Okay, not your best double, it was more like forward into grubby, but it gets the brain going, gets the juices flowing, the adrenaline's pumping. Pumps out another one. I'm like, oh yeah. And then third one I think he tried, absolutely, it's got potential. You're thinking, yes, there's no doubt about it, he can pull off the double. I can't remember if it was the next day, it could have been this day, but there's a big wave at the back, and you're seeing him going towards it. You're thinking, bloody hell, Moritz doesn't usually go that quick in towards the waves, and he launches into this double, but just gets absolutely slammed on the second rotation, gets a bit of no wind, and just pummels himself into the water. Pretty much sails straight back to the beach, and I'm filming, and I'm trying not to laugh too much, and he's got that look on his face like, ow, that was a stinger. Pulls his wetsuit down. There is a red back for you.
Turn around.
That is a red back. That's a slam. That makes you know you're alive. So yeah, Moritz Mauch is going for the double. So, you know, we've got a few months left before that first event. Are we going to be seeing him pull off the doubles in competition? If we do, I tell you what, we've got someone on our hands, because he has got some serious wave moves, some big wave moves. So yeah, that's the sort of 3 main characters that I've been hanging out with over here. You've got to mix out around with the young ones. They sort of boost you up. You know, I've been going for some doubles, obviously, because I was getting a bit of Mickey taking. I obviously started these training diaries a long time ago because I really wanted to focus on getting my doubles. And I have to be honest with you, I lost my mojo a few times and had a few crashes and then come back and a few injuries. And I've been struggling, but I started getting back into the doubles the other day. They're not the best at the moment, but I have just had an epiphany, or whatever it's called, when you just get a light bulb moment in the van, and I think I've got it. So I'm going to Coros next week, and I'm going to go and see if this new technique works. So you have to watch this space. But you know, there's a few I've got a few of the other moves. I've got a bit of a sore knee, so I'm having to land on the front foot. It sounds weird, but that's why I thought it was better for the doubles, because I'm landing on my arse. But yeah, it's been good. It's been some good sailing going around. Also, Anton Albert, so he's got the moves, some nice doubles, like I said, throwing down the push loops. He's obviously got the freestyle moves as well, but he could be one to watch. I saw him land a perfectly dry double as well, and also saw him crash a pretty nasty one. I don't have those ones on the camera, but I did see them. Talking about missing moves, Moritz Mau missed my dry double. You know you did. You know it. That's caused me problems with Amado because I said I was going to send him a perfect one when he got back, and I haven't managed to do it, so useless. I need to get back up there, like I said. So yeah, that pretty much sums up what's been going on here in Oz. Obviously, since then, we've been down Margaret River, had a competition. Ricky van der Toorn used to do the tour, fucking smashed it, excuse my language, big airs at main break. I really struggled to find my way around. Somehow managed to find myself into 4th place, which I was quite happy with. Moritz finished 3rd, and 2nd, Ash Nicol. Simmer rider, holding on for the old boys, and he was styling. I have to say, he pulled off this perfect wave in front of me. That was the Margaret River comp the other week, so yeah, really good to see everyone down there. And we've also been down south doing some secret spots, you know, camping in the bush, eating well, I've been eating pretty well and shitting in the bushes, as you do. Proper stylish 4x4 secret spot style Aussie, whatever they do over here. And that's been interesting, but I can't put that on the camera because the other Aussies will probably kill me. But anyway, I have action, I have other stuff. We're just going to have to try and bang this out now. We're going to have to go in there, my editing room, and rattle away and put something together. I'm off to Bali because I need to extend the visa because I'm staying here a bit longer, but I will put out another diary as soon as I can. So thank you for joining me. Put your comments in there if you like them. It's always good to get a bit of a like. If you like it, a comment always helps get the videos out there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.